Here's the paradox. The more productivity systems you build, the less productive you become. Every new habit tracker, every morning routine, every optimization framework, each one promises clarity. Each one delivers cognitive overhead. You're not lazy. You're cognitively overloaded by the very systems designed to reduce that load. This is the productivity trap, and it's costing you execution speed, decision quality, and income velocity. Intelligent professionals fall into this trap repeatedly. You read about a productivity system, it makes sense. You implement it. For 3 days, it works. Then friction appears. The system requires too many decisions, too much activation energy, too much daily maintenance. Within 2 weeks, you've abandoned it. The problem isn't discipline, it's design. Most productivity systems are built for aspiration, not execution. They assume infinite willpower. They ignore cognitive load. They demand behavioral change without environmental support. The performance cost is severe. Every failed system trains your brain that productivity frameworks don't work. You develop learned helplessness around habit formation. Your confidence in your execution ability erodes. More importantly, this cycle wastes decision bandwidth. Every morning you spend negotiating with your habit tracker is bandwidth stolen from high value work. Every evening you spend redesigning your system is time not spent executing. This compounds into career velocity loss and delayed income growth. The mechanism is behavioral economics meeting cognitive science. Humans operate with finite decision bandwidth. Roy Baumeister's research on ego depletion demonstrated that willpower is a limited daily resource. Every trivial decision, what to track, how to log it, whether you hit your target, depletes this resource. Complex productivity systems create what psychologists call implementation friction. Each step between intention and action reduces execution probability. If your morning routine requires 5 apps, 3 journals, and a decision tree, you've built a system optimized for failure. The brain defaults to the path of least resistance. When your productivity system has higher activation energy than the work itself, your brain will skip the system, not increase effort. There's also identity mismatch. You're designing systems for an idealized future self who has unlimited discipline, but you're executing with your actual self who operates under real constraints, limited time, variable energy, competing priorities. This is why motivation-based systems fail. They ignore the architecture of human behavior. The solution is the friction reduction system, a design framework that optimizes for execution consistency, not aspiration. This system has 4 core principles. Principle 1, minimize decision points. Every decision is friction. Your system should require 0 daily decisions to maintain. Implementation. Design your productivity system once. Execute it automatically. No daily tracking, no logging, no optimization meetings with yourself. Example. Instead of decide what to work on each morning, pre-commit every Sunday. Your system runs on a fixed protocol, not daily negotiation. Principle 2, reduce activation energy. The gap between intention and action must be minimal. If starting your deep work session requires opening 4 apps and a planning ritual, you've lost before you begin. Implementation. Make the desired behavior the default. Close all apps except the one required for work. Pre-stage your environment the night before. Remove activation barriers. Example, a writer who struggles with morning writing should wake to a computer already open to a blank document. Distractions pre-blocked. First sentence pre-written. 0 activation energy. Principle 3, environmental design over willpower. You cannot consistently override your environment with willpower. Design your environment to make the desired behavior inevitable. Implementation. Build physical and digital spaces where high value work is the path of least resistance. Don't rely on discipline to ignore distractions. Make distractions architecturally impossible. Example: if you're a knowledge worker who defaults to checking email, don't fight it with discipline. Remove email from your phone. Set your computer to block email until noon. Design away the temptation. Principle 4: measure output, not activity. Habit trackers measure compliance, not results. This creates false productivity. You feel accomplished for checking boxes while real output remains flat. Implementation. Track only the outcomes that directly affect your professional leverage. Ignore process metrics. Example: don't track worked 90 minutes. Track shipped feature or closed client or published analysis. Output is the only metric that compounds into income. This framework works because it aligns with how your brain actually functions. It removes decision fatigue. It eliminates implementation friction. It makes execution the default. You're not building a system to change yourself. You're designing an environment where high performance behavior is inevitable. Here's how this translates to career velocity. Consider a consultant billing $200 per hour. Every morning spent on productivity system maintenance is $200 in opportunity cost. Over a year, that's $50,000 in lost billable time, just from system overhead. With the friction reduction system, that consultant eliminates the daily system negotiation. They arrive at work with pre committed priorities and zero activation energy. They execute immediately. Result: 2 additional billable hours per week. That's $20,800 annually, just from friction removal. The compounding effect is more significant. Higher execution velocity leads to faster project completion. Faster completion leads to more client throughput. More throughput leads to higher rates and better positioning. For knowledge workers, the leverage is even clearer. Every hour saved on system maintenance is an hour available for high leverage work, strategic thinking, relationship building, skill development. These activities drive career acceleration far more than perfect habit compliance ever could. The monetary link is direct: friction reduction, execution acceleration, output increase, income growth. The productivity trap is seductive because it offers the illusion of control. But control doesn't come from tracking everything. It comes from designing systems so simple they require no tracking at all. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the impediment to action advances action. The obstacle becomes the way. But he was writing about external obstacles, not self-imposed ones. Your productivity system should not be an obstacle to overcome. It should be invisible architecture, present in results, absent from experience. High performers don't think about productivity. They've designed environments where execution is inevitable. Their systems are so frictionless, they become unconscious. This is the principle: design once, execute infinitely. Complexity is cognitive debt. Simplicity is execution leverage. Once you see this pattern, it's difficult to ignore. Most of the sharpest thinking here comes from professionals managing real execution constraints. What system are you currently maintaining that costs more cognitive bandwidth than it returns in output? This channel analyzes how thinking architecture shapes professional performance and decision quality. You're welcome to subscribe if this is the work you value. Next, we'll examine why intelligent people confuse activity with progress and the cognitive bias that keeps them busy but unproductive. Until next time, observe your mind, refine your decisions.